Hey, Ohio, with mobile sports betting now live, we know it can be a bit overwhelming deciding which sportsbook to use. That's why we wanted to tell you about BetQL. BetQL is your one-stop for all things sports betting related, from betting analytic trends to expert picks. Head on over to BetQL, the app, or BetQL.com to get informed, to get your betting win streak started. Use code OH25 for 25% off your first month. Head to BetQL.com/news/923 The Fan for those exclusive sportsbook offers.
He's Daryl Ryder. I'm Andy Baskin. It's always Game Day in Cleveland. Thanks for being on board. Twitter and Instagram at GameDayCLE. Daryl, I'll talk a little bit more about Kareem Hunt. I do want to talk about something Kevin Stefanski said today in his press conference compared to what he said a day ago. The question was asked, is Jerome Ford your feature back? 24 hours prior, he said, yes, he's our feature back. And as Jeff and I said, he was the feature back at that moment. In that moment in time, when he said it, he was being truthful. He is his feature back. Today, he backed off and said, Jerome Ford is our starting running back. So I think that opens the door for plenty of opportunity for Kareem Hunt to try to bust back out there and get the yards and the carries that he's hoping for. No matter what, there was talk that this could be a $4 million deal with incentives. Did I read that correctly? Because I didn't see his facial expressions either time. I heard him both times say that, and I thought it was interesting. Today he said, Jerome Ford is our starting running back. Didn't say he was our feature back, said he was our starting running back. And maybe I'm just nitpicking. You tell me.
Well, I'm currently scrolling through the transcript here to find that quote for you.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it loud and clear.
I want to he said Jerome is the lead back, but we have to work through all of those types of things and what Kareem's ready to do this week, if he's ready to go this week, and what type of load he can carry, and Pierre Strong. So I think we need to work through all that. But yes, Jerome is the starter. That's the quote. So he did say Jerome is the lead back. Lead back means number one running back. So he did reiterate that today.
Today. He's the lead back.
Yeah, I just read you the quote. That's
right, with no game today.
Right. He said Jerome is the lead back, but we have to work through all those things, blah, blah, blah. But Jerome is the starter. So as they go into Sunday's game, Jerome Ford is your starting running back.
So, and they really like him. There's no question. We knew that. We knew that by the fact that he didn't do anything in preseason, and yet he landed a starting spot on the team. He landed
because Kevin also said that Kareem is well aware of the circumstances that he has been brought back under. So I think Kareem also knows he's the number two back.
In the same situation he was in last year?
And
is that what fans should expect?
And I was told this morning that, yes, in fact, Kareem would be the number two running back. That's what I was told this morning. So,
but he also left the door open to change it. And so,
look, I can only relay what I've heard and what I've been told. And as we have the conversation right now, Jerome Ford is the number one lead running back / starter, and Kareem Hunt is the number two. Obviously, I can't predict the future. I'm going to pull a little coach speak on you.
Yes, you are, Coach Ryder.
I can't look into the future. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have the Powerball numbers, because if I did, we would not be having this podcast right now.
All right, so Daryl, let me get your expertise in this. Should Jerome Ford get the majority of carries?
Yes, for now.
Oh, Coach Ryder, there you go. Thank you.
I'm only going by what I see today, and what I see today is that Jerome Ford's the number one running back. And if circumstances happen to change 4, 5, 6 weeks down the road, then circumstances change. But as we have the conversation right now, Jerome Ford is the number one running back. He is the starting running back. He is the lead running back. However you want to phrase it, that's what he is. And Kareem Hunt is number two. And
are you happy?
The role suits Kareem. I think the role suits Kareem too.
Okay. I'm saying, are you happy with this move? Was this a good move for the team?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of indifferent on it. I don't think they're going to replace Nick Chubb, but I mean, he knows the offense, he knows the system, he knows the building, he knows all everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's as seamless as it's going to be.
Plug and play were the big words I heard today. Plug and
Yeah,
play.
like it's as seamless as it's going to be.
Is
So,
there another running back though, Daryl, you would have liked to have seen them pick up?
yeah, Jonathan Taylor, but that would have cost a draft pick that they don't have. So,
Right. I don't know. I actually was thinking, and I said that the other night, that Dearness Johnson's not seeing a whole lot of time in Jacksonville, so why not trade them a 6th or 7th round pick for him? I love the way he played here. I'll be honest with you, and
right.
I'd like to see Kareem be able to be super successful in this position they put him in. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know where they sit. I think the hardest part is we know that no matter who's running the ball, they're not Nick Chubb, and there's going to be a deficiency there compared to Nick Chubb. Fair? That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a second Nick Chubb that's available to them. Let's give Jerome Ford some credit. He ran for 100 yards, and Nick Chubb was probably going to run for 200 yards against the Steelers Monday night. Let's be honest.
Probably.
I preface that with assuming he was given the opportunity to do it, right? Assuming the pace of carries was going to continue, he probably was going to have 2 bills on the Steelers Monday night. But also, I kind of suspect that he was not going to get that opportunity because I've watched Kevin Stefanski call plays for the last 3+ years. But yeah, I mean, you're not replacing Nick Chubb. You're just trying to do your best to supplement that production as much as possible that you're going to miss. I am curious because I feel like they're going to have to modify some stuff. Like, I don't know that Jerome Ford's going to, be the greatest catching the ball out of the backfield. Only because I don't know, I don't know. It's an unknown quantity, right? I know Kareem Hunt can do that. Ford also caught a touchdown the other night in Pittsburgh. So give him his props for that. But yeah, I mean, the run game right now is an unknown quantity. But guess what? So is the passing game.
All right, so let's talk about Deshaun Watson then. How does that get fixed? What gets changed? How can he be a better quarterback?
More accurate throws, better timing with the receivers, get the ball out a little faster to try and beat some of the pressure he might be getting on the edges because of the tackle situation being what it is. I don't know if there's a confidence issue. I don't know if
is it fixable? Do you think it's fixable?
I don't know because I can't say I can't say if it's fixable if I don't know what the problem is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, there are some things you can notice, like, okay, the fumble, the strip, the scoop and score that cost them the game. He only had one hand on the ball, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, if someone's in his ear
going, he holds the football like a loaf of bread.
So can we stop? I mean, but we bought that, right? That's what they paid for. They knew that this is what he does.
$130 million.
Does that change?
No, I don't think he changes the way he plays. No,
you don't think so?
The pick six, everyone wants to point to that. That wasn't his fault. That was Kevin.
Not at all.
Kevin Stefanski calling for Harrison Bryant to get the first pass of the game. I'm sure that the Steelers clearly got caught with their pants down on that one. Bravo to the coaching staff. So I roll my eyes. So that wasn't Deshaun's fault. Now, Deshaun did play the good teammate and say, I should have given him a better ball, whatever. But, it'd be nice if Harrison Bryant could catch the football.
Did hit him in the hands.
Yeah, that was the mistake Deshaun made, was he hit him in the hands. So the 2 turnovers, which obviously you can't take those away, but if you do, the Browns won that game. We'll chant our inner Butch Davis. If you take away those 3 90-yard touchdown runs that Jamal Lewis had against us, our run defense was pretty kick-ass. Remember that post-game press conference?
Yes, I do.
Oh, those were good times. But I mean, if you're able to extract those 2 major mistakes, then was the offense is terrible? Well, I mean, they had the ball, 2 minutes to play, and he couldn't get it done, right? Couldn't go down, couldn't get him in the end zone, couldn't get him the lead, and then leave it up to the defense to hold that lead. That was disappointing because, see, those are these situations that make quarterbacks elite. Patrick Mahomes can do that crap with 20 seconds on the clock.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He does it all the time. Like the worst thing you can do is give Patrick Mahomes any time on the clock with a deficit, because he's going to find a way to at least give the Chiefs a chance to win that game. We see
Him or Chad Henne, right? Or Chad Henne.
You know, so that's the standard, because I have had some people tell me that I'm being unfair to Deshaun because I've talked about he needs to start earning the paycheck. And I disagree. I'm holding him to the standard that he's an elite player. That's, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so critical. He's not Spurgeon Wynn. He's not Jacoby Brissett. He's not Colt McCoy or Josh McCown or Brandon. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I know.
He is being paid and cost and draft capital what an elite player requires. And so my expectation, now that he has put a lot of his off the field situation, it's in the rearview mirror as far as the ramifications of that and what he was accused of. And just, I'm keeping it strictly football based. My football expectation for Deshaun Watson is that he lights defenses' asses on fire each and every week. That's my expectation for him, because he has the talent. We saw it in Houston. I want to see that guy with the Cleveland Browns. And we've not seen it yet. We gave him the mulligan last year for the 6 games, which, by the way, that was his own self-creation and a byproduct of his own actions, or the accusations of actions. This year, week 1, gave him the mulligan. Hey, it was wet, rainy, miserable, heavy football. Life is tough. Fine. But now, when you go to Pittsburgh, where this franchise hasn't now won in 2 decades, and you've got the ball at midfield, less than 2 minutes to play, it's second down, and you can't move the ball a yard from there. That's a problem for me. And that is him not meeting my expectations. So I'll ask you this, Andy, and you can answer this when we come back. Are my expectations of Deshaun Watson unreasonable or unfair?
And that's what we'll do. We'll answer those when we come back. It's always game day in Cleveland.